To our top story tonight, new details: an Atlanta family pushing for a new law to better track sex offenders after a young woman was kidnapped and killed on her way home. She was on her way home after work.
And if you're wondering how those are related, it's called Mariam's Law. It's in honor of her. Joe Ripley's breaking it down for us where this measure stands right now as Mariam's accused killer prepares to stand trial. Joe?
That's right, Ron. Savannah, the measure was just introduced to Atlanta City Council this week. The goal is to pass a resolution to urge state lawmakers to tackle this issue during their next legislative session.
We still miss her very much. But we've been doing our best to be around each other during these times.
It's been nearly a year since Ali Abdulrab lost his older sister. Mariam Abdulrab had just left work. Police say she was kidnapped near her home and killed. Her body was found a couple miles away. Police charged DeMarcus Brinkley in Abdulrab's death. Court documents show Brinkley has an extensive history of sexual assault and child molestation against young kids. In 2012 and 2013, he was sentenced to 7 years in prison, 8 years probation.
It kind of hurt even more knowing that this guy slipped through the cracks in our system.
And while Brinkley is listed on Georgia's sex offender registry, he was not leveled. In other words, it was unclear how likely Brinkley was to commit those acts again.
Something good to come out of it.
Ali is now working with Atlanta City Councilwoman Keisha Waits, proposing Mariam's Law. The legislation would better identify and label sex offenders and track the most violent and frequent ones. Critics say Georgia's resources are already strained and there are bigger priorities.
You have individuals who have paid their debt to society. They've served their time. They want to be able to live freely and move on with their lives.
But Wade says to prevent cases like Mariam's, this measure has to pass. Ali doesn't want his sister's death to be in vain and hopes this legislation keeps her legacy alive.
You can easily be angry at him for committing such a crime, but I almost feel more angry at the system.
Brinkley was in court today. He had a final plea hearing. His trial date is set for this coming October. A few more months now. We are going to continue to follow this case for you and bring you the very latest as it develops. Savannah.
Interesting stuff. Thanks so much, Joe.